Today's education news, and another example of how the job of teaching or working in a school is just getting harder because so much more of our time is being spent on things outside of just educating and teaching. Schools paying for beds and food for families living in poverty. The more pupils are missing out on extracurricular activities and school trips as families simply cannot afford them, while others are arriving in class cold, it's been suggested after the NEU annual conference in Harrogate. Mr. Dutton, the chairman of the NEU's National Leadership Council, said families are in poverty and they cannot afford to pay for some of these things themselves, so schools are having to step in and provide basic equipment, basic food. He said schools are now being asked to do so much more for the children that come in. Despite teachers and leaders wanting to focus on teaching, inspiring students, sometimes most of the focus and time is being spent on things that should have been picked up on before they got to school. Maybe you're thinking, well, why are schools doing this? Schools shouldn't be the ones having to provide food or having to provide things like pillows and quilts because their job is just to educate. Well, let me tell you, you can be the most inspiring teacher teaching the best lessons, but if children don't have the basics of being fed and having a good night's sleep so they can pay attention and engage, it's a waste of time. It's also discussed that because so many families can't afford after school clubs, the wider curriculum offer is not available, so many local schools then having to withdraw all the after school opportunities, sports and art clubs, because school funding has also been reduced massively. But from a poll of over 11,000 NEU teachers in England state schools, it suggests that nearly 2 in 5 had seen physical underdevelopment among pupils as a result of poverty. The majority of respondents reported having seen children come into school in clean, damaged or in ill-fitting clothes or shoes, 65%, and showing signs of hunger during the school day, 59% due to poverty. Last month, data published from the DWP, Department for Work, showed there are 4.45 million children estimated to be in households in relative low income after housing costs in the year to March 2024. It's the highest since records began in 2002/3. I mentioned it in previous videos about one thing we don't talk about enough in teaching is the compassionate fatigue we feel and the impact that has on the stress, the pressure, anxiety of the job. Now, what I mean by compassionate fatigue is when you are working in a system that is failing children, you are first-hand seeing, whether you're a teacher, school staff member, school leader, the impact of cost of living, austerity, what it's doing to these young people through no fault of their own. And no matter what you do, how you're working harder than you've ever worked before, going above and beyond, you know it's still not good enough, and the system is ultimately failing these children. And if you add that stress on top of other stresses of the job, the workload, the scrutiny, the pressure from the likes of Ofsted, it is leading so many teachers to burnout, where they're either off school sick or they're just leaving the profession. Now, the government's response to this is that they have recognised that this is an issue and they are trying to break that unfair link between background and opportunity, saying they have tripled investment in breakfast clubs to over 30 million, delivering free meals and childcare in up to 750 schools from this month, and increasing pupil premium to over 3 billion. But clearly, I don't think that is anywhere near enough. As always, I would love to know what you would do to improve this, because it drastically needs to change given the impact it's having on our students, but how it's making teachers' jobs so much harder.